Hello, welcome to another Wealth Management RPA Fast Chat. I'm Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV. Today, we are talking with Allison Dirksen, Senior Vice President, Head of Wealth Solutions at Voya Financial. Allison, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Fred. It looks like you're in a great location compared to me.
I'm at Villanova University, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. Thank you, Allison. So, Allison, Voya is in the market now discussing that worksite, workplace benefits and savings decisions are better together. Would you please explain what challenges employees are facing now that can be solved with a more holistic approach?
Sure. Workplace benefits have always been important, but COVID really was an opportunity that exacerbated this holistic offering even more. And you might want to take a step back and say, well, why? What happened during COVID that really brought to forth this workplace solution being more holistic? Well, a couple of things. One, the Great Recession. We saw a flood of people leaving the workforce, and employees were demanding really unique and flexible benefits to return to the workforce. The second thing that happened was inflation. With this increase of cost of living, people saw that their everyday essentials like food and gas and their housing they were spending a lot more money. And so then decisions on how do they save for retirement and where does their money go now that essentials were taking away even more, were more complex for employees. And then the third is we looked at Willis Towers Watson's 2022 Global Benefits Attitude Survey, and they talked about health and retirement benefits have really risen in significance of employees and why they choose to stay or leave their employers. So it's really been this huge focus and significance that have been put on these two benefit decisions. And I would even say a little bit more of what's interesting is what have employers done to combat this across the workplace benefits environment. So think about, employers started by adding flexibility and choice to meet employee demand. But when you add complexity and confusion to benefits, all of a sudden we sit back and we have a little bit of decision fatigue. So you add these challenges on with the fact that employees, like the two of us here and our audience that we're speaking with today too, we're shouldering more of the responsibility for our own retirement. Our own healthcare expenses have also increased. And then think about this proliferation of PPO plans. So now maybe deductibles the per payment for that employees are paying are lower, but now employees are faced with these higher deductible plans. So employees need that help kind of coming together to save for these really complex challenges and help with their overall financial picture. Because historically, we've looked at retirement and our health decisions as completely independent, but there's now this evolution of that. They're actually completely interdependent.
So given that, Allison, what are the key steps that intermediaries, advisors can take to start employers and employees on the path to looking at that big picture of benefits and savings together?
I think the first thing is understanding that employees and employers need and want help with both of this. So employees don't understand in many, or in some cases at least, about the benefits that are provided to them, let alone what I just talked about, this interdependent nature of how some of our health choices can drastically impact our future wealth. Intermediaries should be willing to talk with their clients about working with a vendor that leverages digital experiences and really looks to embrace hyper personalization to drive that employee engagement. And I do want to take a minute there. Like we talk about this evolution that needs to happen from personalization to hyper personalization. So Fred, think about how we consume our information today. Think about streaming devices. I think this is a really good one. You watch something and they have leveraged digital assistants, interactive apps, wearables, etc., to send us what we want to watch next without us even having to do anything. And I think employees now are going to start to expect similar consumer experiences from their employer, with their benefit packages, with their retirement providers. So if we really think that workers are looking for that speed and hyper personalization along with this seamless and integrated experience to help them meet their financial wellness goals. And if intermediaries can work with employers to help them adopt these strategies and work with partners who have the tools to support them, it could be a really big advantage in recruiting and retaining some of the best cross-generational talent, and maybe even have a better earn on their total benefit spend.
And a good way for an advisor to distinguish themselves from all the others that are just selling strictly 401k or wealth.
Yes.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I've been talking with Allison Dirksen, Senior Vice President, Head of Wealth Solution Sales for Voya Financial. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, Fred.
And thank you for joining this Wealth Management RPA Edge Fast Chat.